All right, so welcome back, dear friends, to another scene for Voyager, our Viking game set, well, far from home at this point. At last check, we were following along with Astra there and her good buddy Dide, who have found themselves not necessarily as planned, but it's the new plan and it seems fine, traveling with a pack of wolves. Traveling, in fact, in lupus most of the time, which makes for a good ground eating mode of travel, but I mean, at this point, it's not even like you'd stick out. There's no lone wolf, there's no just two trotting along. No, there's a full pack of you. Navigating at a pretty natural, albeit distant eating pace, where there's winding, there's wandering, there is stopping at certain places to find water, there are pauses simply to lay out in the sun during the day, as it is quite cold. There are also times taken out for the pack to hunt, as they do. Unless, of course, Astra suddenly decides she wants to share her goat meat. But all in all,
Oh,
it's
I was muted. I was muted.
you
No, she has
were.
the Paco. She has the Paco and Hunt. Do their thing. Normality.
All right. So yeah, she reinforces essentially normal traveling behavior. So
As
you,
long as they're careful. She'll emphasize careful because, the dead are walking around.
for what it's
No
worth,
rotting,
they actually seem to be pretty good at avoiding them.
no rotting meat, she'll add. All that kind of emphasis, you know what I mean?
There is some scuffle about not eating perfectly good Karen, but she is certainly capable of reinforcing the point.
She would say everything fresh. That's what she emphasizes. Fresh.
I imagine there is at least one point where they hit, they come up on like a cow that's been half torn up or something like that, and she really does have to reinforce and back them all off of it and force
She
them to
does.
move. But after the one standoff, you don't have over much issue. They'll hunt opportunistically as the chances arise. Though that does include some farm animals at this point. But
That's
all the
fine.
same, yeah, you keep trucking towards the mountains. South and south and south. If the moon and sun, night and day, are any indication.
I think, yeah, I do have time sense in Astra, so I have a rough idea of where we're going. Like watching the moon and the sun and all that.
That's good for time. I mean, you're making good time. You have I mean, you've had to do runs and whatnot. As a cub, you've had to make certain trips, travel with the Guardians a couple times just to learn the essentially the borders of your territory, and it is big. But the distance you have been able to travel, keeping to Lupus, especially both of you keeping to Lupus, has been
Massive.
exceptional.
Massive, yeah, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah,
Um, However, once they park up, I imagine for the night, whatever cave or whatever thing that they think is good. An interesting thing Astra will do, because she is a Viking pagan, is that she whatever leftovers of the kill, she will do the usual rituals and prayers and all that. Do you know what I mean? To Great Fenris Wolf and all that, because gotta keep in touch with the gang,
gotta keep in touch.
especially especially like I imagine her and Diddy probably actually do the rituals very well. Being the Galliard and the Theurge.
Mm-hmm.
But
Absolutely.
I know what right. I can't remember what right she'd specifically do. It is the rite of Hunter's Prayer she'd probably do during the day, the evening. You know what I mean? All that type of stuff, and other various like rituals honoring the various subtotems of Fenrir. You know what I mean? Got honor the pantheon.
Yep, each night, it again takes some bullying to get them into proper cover that even you and Dide will consider appropriate, because each night Dide will at least briefly light a very small fire, relatively smokeless, just something small enough for her to at least pitch a portion of the meat into. It's not a preferred offering, but it's something to give to Fire Drake.
Mm-hmm.
So she will be giving portions of like essentially you guys prep a meal, and then from the cooked portion she gives part of what she's meant to eat into the fire.
Yep, that's perfect.
Yep. And so you'll do this, and admittedly, even with traveling with a pack, even traveling a pretty good distance at a pretty good speed, it'll take multiple days to get where you're going. Is there any particular things you would like to do deviant to simply traveling?
She will tell at one point the former beta of the pack to hang back while her and Vide check out probably another like small hovel village or anything like that. You know, just to see if there's anything there. If it, from what are glancing, if there's too many dead there, we'll pull off and go back to the wolves. But she does want to check how far this thing is spreading.
Sorry, say again what she's doing.
We're going to check another human settlement, or at least like a hovel or something, because she wants to see how far this thing is spreading.
All right. Yeah. They don't seem to mind going reasonably close to like small singular, like essentially farming homes where there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
property in like one building. They'll veer a little close to those now and again, especially if there's livestock running loose or livestock in a pen. They don't care. But they will not go remotely near any proper little townships or anything.
Yeah, neither will we. We'll check out like a remote building. You know what I mean? Just in terms of the cities are way too risky, so she'll check like remote buildings.
All right. Let's see. You are getting fairly far. Let me swap down here. Oh, there it is. So if I type it right, you will, for the most part, the places that you've gone past, especially as you're getting a couple days into it, you're not seeing a lot of the signs of the Walking Dead. You are, you know, initially there was some free running livestock, etc., that the wolves absolutely took advantage of. But at this point, no, everything's been penned up. Anytime you veer close to settlements or civilization, there does seem to be life in them. There are some homes that you'll find have been abandoned, but you know, if you do poke around and nose around,
Oh yeah,
I,
definitely, definitely.
yeah, you'll find that it's one of those things where you can tell that someone hurriedly packed their valuables and dipped.
Should look over at probably Dide, who I imagine will come in with her.
Oh yeah,
If the Shadow Lords are pulling their kin back, and the Furies are too.
I mean, doesn't it make sense?
Should
Really?
not. I'm trying to get a gleam on how far this thing and how fast it's spreading.
I get the sneaky suspicion that howls travel faster than the dead.
Should not. However, convincing the Talons is going to be another matter entirely.
I mean, you've heard the same stories I have. It's kind of like if you were trying to talk to a spirit, you just don't think the same way.
They're wolves,
Yeah,
and we talk to them as wolves.
probably wise.
It's the Furies I'm concerned about. The Talons I oddly get.
Kind of flicks a glance over. Really? Because, truth be told, Furies are different. but they're still people, and we have a language in common, whether or not it's the one we want to be using.
The Talons value strength and purpose, being able to hunt and to survive.
Yeah, but you want to try explaining to a bunch of wolves what's going on?
The dead are coming to kill their kin, to ruin their homes, to ruin their dens. No meat, no survival. The worm has come.
Oh, when you put it that way, it sounds pretty simple.
Simple, but straightforward. We don't need to use frivolous language for this. Whereas a Fury would point at me and ridicule me, a Talon would say what he would do to protect his pack. She's walking out.
Yeah. Dene does, like, just kind of haphazardly turn over this and that, just kind of in the idle hope that maybe they missed something with a little bit of a gold gleam to it. Not likely, but worth a little, nudge of the boot here and there.
And we are just Cleats. Our word. She taps her chest. It's like she holds up probably like imagine there's like bits of grain that they would keep. She just holds it and lets it fall out of her hands. It's like that.
The brow kind of quirks.
When do they ever take the young ones seriously?
No. Here's hoping that some of the howls have traveled faster than we have. It'll lend us some fucking credence. Assuming they don't think we're some sort of forward team for a raiding party.
I don't really believe our people have conflicted. Well, or at least our village have conflicted with the Talons.
No, I meant the Furies.
They will not break me down. They will get the respect they deserve, but if they push it, they'll meet Fenrir Steel.
Well, look on the bright side. Based on the stories, it's probably a good thing we don't have Arn with us right now.
Just grins.
Just like the head shake of like Jesus Christ. The eyes kind of roll. Only imagine how that would go.
They should be more afraid of me than Aaron as she's walking past today.
No, I wasn't talking about afraid. I've heard the stories about Furies. She kind of like nudges her with an elbow.
I have wild women in the woods who hate everything.
Yeah.
Weakness.
Especially men.
Just look over her shoulder. Weakness.
You see weakness everywhere you look. She kind of gets a little bit of a shove on the shoulder.
But it is weakness, though.
I dare say that turning away half your children is not the wisest practice I've ever heard of, but you know what? They want to give them up, more men for everyone else.
Shrugs. Strength doesn't come from cutting off a hand and saying that you're better for it.
Indeed it doesn't.
Just shrugs idly. Keeps walking. Obviously rejoin the pack once there's nothing valuable, and yeah, we'll keep pushing.
I'm assuming you're
back into Lupus, yes.
yes.
Actually, no, Hispo. Hispo. That'd be the biggest.
Gotta be the biggest.
So the other poor little beta goes, oh, every time.
Hey. He's still totally alpha male. Just, oh. Like, every time putters up and, like, circles around you, like, I don't know, this is pretty sus. No, that's definitely you. Oh, God, don't bite me.
yes, we keep moving.
You do. You sally forth into the great unknown. And yeah, with enough time and enough travel, it's especially once you've gotten away from the area you started in, it gets more and more unremarkable to the point that it's almost kind of boring, kind of makes your shoulders itch even just not having something to face down, not having something to worry about. It's kind of weird. Never
Mm-hmm.
were the caravanning type. But sooner or later, you will come to the mountains. And that's about where, as you get to the foothills, the wolves start getting a little more aimless, a little more restless. They do a lot of pacing around the foothills, but don't seem especially inclined to tackle the mountain itself. So they're still milling, they're still moving. They know that you don't like them just wasting time doing nothing after all, but it won't take long before you realize that they're just kind of eating ground back and forth and not really moving up into the mountain.
She'll look back at the beta. Why do you not move up the mountain?
Oh, he's not ours.
Whose is it?
Others.
Wolves? Or
Yes.
follow me. We are here for them.
Are you just gonna start like picking out a place to start an ascent?
Yep.
There is a lot of agitated milling behind you.
She'll turn over her shoulder. Stay here. Keep away from the dead. And wait for my return.
Wait.
Keep the Omega alive. I will come back with the wolves.
Hmm. What does wait?
Sit.
He sits.
He pads over. Sleep here.
Yes.
Hunt here. Until I come down the mountain.
Sleep here, hunt here. Yes.
Nods. Keep Omega here.
Yes. He
Tell
looks
him
over.
if he does not, I will bite him.
Yes.
Nods.
I do.
Good. Nods, and she'll start padding up the mountain.
Yep. Even Dide will shake up to Hispo for the clamber up the mountain, just because the incline is a lot more trying than overall distance at this point.
I will, but when we get to a certain point, I will definitely take the time to cross over to the Umbra because you got to do a hell of a fucking introduction for this place.
Yeah. All right.
Being,
Yeah.
being a smart girl.
Yeah. Dide follows. In fact, Dide just lets you kind of tug her along as she's clambering up onto the landing while you're sliding your way slowly across.
And then she will do her hell of introduction, saying that she is Astra Tribunson of daughter of Fenrir and Galliard, Cleith of the Nation, known as the Blood Howl, and we have come as seeking audience. And then she'll let her introduce her packmate, and all make one huge thunderous Galliard howl.
Thunderous, you say? All right, buddy, pal, friendo. They do one great thunderous howl. Well, we'll use these guys. This seems legit. Boop. And what you will be greeted with? First off, will be an echoing howl back. It I mean, it amounts to there are intricacies, but the question is simply why.
Chill howl. The dead have come to kill. The worm has come for the kin and for blood. The Fenrir are coming to the great red Talon to see will they join battle and bring destruction to the worm.
All right. There are more echoing howls back and forth as the whole thing is bandied around. You can tell between the pack, and the answer essentially amounts to stay.
Yeah, she sits where she is.
And it occurs to me that not all of these will be on this side, so let me find a slightly smaller. Do 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 do. That'll do. No, fuck it. We'll use this one. No, this is a good time to be a Talon in history. So over time, as you are sitting in wait, eventually coming around the mountain is a proper fucking pack of various Talons, well, various wolves. So yeah, there's purebreed there. It's a new one, but you might be able to attach a name to it now that you've seen and smelt it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a proper sized pack comes milling their way around. A couple pointedly out in front, a couple grouped up following. There is a pretty good pecking order type situation going on. They don't squabble over it, they don't fuss about it. But yeah, you'll eventually be approached and have one of these big guys. Well, actually, you know what? Nah, it's not that easy. They don't do it like that. Talcum Wolves here. So this pack mills out and approaches, and
I do the proper like wolf submission. I get on the belly and show up, belly up, and all that.
yep, and did I thankfully follow suit. So basically, the two of you, as this group comes up, kind of ease back and down and roll, and a lot of them kind of nose in, snuffling, uh, shoving, nosing, shoving each other more than you two. But they'll circle around, and every so often another nose will poke out and kind of catch a nose full of you. Just identifying,
Yeah.
circling.
Sure, the big strong get pure breed.
Yup. Then it got just a touch, just a little touch. But yeah, it's thankfully with that behavior, yeah, they mill around you. There's some a little bit of kind of bully behavior to ensure that you're not planning to like roll up and snap at anyone, but nobody actually does you any damage. It's just kind of there's some aggressive nosing, there's some teeth baring. There's actually at least briefly a scuffle between two of them as they try to shove each other out of the way. And eventually they finally lose interest and mill a little further, giving the both of you some room.
No, she waits to be told to get up, essentially.
And finally, one of them separates from the group. Not far. They're never far from each other. We'll say, oh, we used this guy. That's pretty good. Follow what looks about like. Where'd you go? There we go. Looks about like this. It's all up in your business. And ends up kind of standing to where he's got kind of a leg stretched over your neck. And is just kind of holding his head over yours. Not even necessarily looking down. It's just kind of a dominant position.
Mm-hmm.
You say worm.
I say worm. Banes fill the umbra. Dead walk in Tellurian. Killing wolf and animal and human alike.
And for seemingly, like, without any visible prompting, another one of them, somewhat smaller, somewhat slimmer, eases over and starts more thoroughly poking his nose into your roughened fur, into Dide's. He's got the tail held kind of low, kind of flicking back and forth. And once he's gotten a nose full of both of you thoroughly, kind of gives a snort, putters back off and around behind. What did?
They came from Hamid cities. Curse of the worm.
There's, oddly enough, the most weirdly coordinated, like, universal sneeze among the group. Yeah, they all just kind of like clearing their noses, clearing their mouths. Human dead.
And wolf. All dead.
The big one of those big paws resituates. The head lowers a bit. And the lips are moderately pulled.
Kill all the prey. No food. Wolves starve.
Wolf did walk.
They are there, and many Guru have died. When the dead fall, they rise.
In human place.
Now, start in human place. Now spread all over land. Coming this way.
There's an agitated snap at the air over your head. I mean, he's obviously not trying to get you, just one might say it's a expression of frustration. One might assume he's just being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
But he still kind of snaps at the air over.
I mean, she's not, like, Astra's a badass, but fuck. You know what I mean? She's keeping a level head. Fuck. Oh.
I mean, he's only in lupus, but yeah, he is nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Astra may be a Billy badass, but Jesus fuck, he's big.
And he finally kind of picks his head up. He pauses, kind of holds himself for a second. The ears twitch a few times. And seemingly again, without any particular provocation, he backpedals a step to pull the leg that was splayed over you back. Backs away a few steps and just for no reason at all, just kind of turns to join the milling group.
She waits, looking back at it, like, in the turtle, and you're like, fuck. He's like, that's basically what she's like in the back. Like,
yeah, it's like, oh my god. There's so many.
They're big. They're a lot bigger than I thought.
Oh, yeah. Yep, they are that.
Just keep on the ground.
Yep, not planning to go anywhere. It's a nice place. This dirt and me, we are simpatico right now. You'll see her eyes are, like, even in lupus, the golden eyes are kind of trailing around. Hell, considering you're in the Umbra, there's still bits of fine scaling where the fur is the thinnest. You can
Mm-hmm.
catch bits of it around the eyes, like right around her nose, tips of her ears. But yeah, she's pretty settled in. And the wolves mill, they'll wander past fairly close, but don't seem to take any interest for a bit. You got the impatient flaw?
New.
How fortuitous. So finally, good friend, while you are laying there and the pack is milling and fussing among themselves, most of it's posturing, not a lot of vocalization. Though periodically you'll see ears twitch and a glance be exchanged. Pretty good chance they're just abusing the fuck out of a pack link.
Probably.
And eventually, this big motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck me, that's a big guy.
I mean, it's one of those things where even if you might not have caught him coming in based on sound or sight, the others very abruptly, like, kind of fall to order.
Yep, that's the alpha. Oh boy.
The interactions all cease. Some of the heads turn towards the direction, some of them turn pointedly, like, man, look at that tree over there. Some of
My.
them even, like, kind of start easing onto the ground. At least one flips over. And yeah, he is heralded by the reactions of the pack.
Yep. I just see where the fuck I am. Yep. Oh, Jesus.
So I'm gonna play with you. Let me get into the right fucking thing here. Alright, Aster, old buddy, old pal, old friend.
Hey.
What I'm gonna have you roll is... I'm gonna go with... First off, a charisma expression.
Would noble heritage actually come into play with this? Actually, that
You
merit.
may use your notable heritage just means what is it, -1 diff or something on all social rolls, and yes, your pure breed will come into effect too.
Oh, thank God. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
Okay.
8 successes, Katie.
So this big fucker stalks up, ignores the pack for the most part. He ambles straight over to you guys.
Yep.
Full stalk. There's a lot of that kind of passive signs of aggression. And he paces, well, right on up, probably to Astra first, since I imagine she had taken the lead, so had fallen the closest.
Yep.
And yeah, it's a very similar kind of thing, except a lot of again, there's a lot of those signs. His tail is up.
Down. Yeah, I imagine I get probably wrangled around a bit.
Oh yeah, the tail's up, some of the hackles have flared. And he comes over. You get thoroughly nosed around in all the awkward ways. And you do get jostled some. You don't catch the worst of it, honestly. He does make a point of briefly throating, just kind of laying his mouth over your neck.
Yep. Yep. She takes it. Oh, God. Probably sweating, though, because fuck, that's big.
Big head comes down. The maw opens. It's not fast. He very purposefully makes it slow. He's studying the shit out of you. And he holds it there for a moment or 5.
Astra does not lock eyes with him because that's suicidal, but she doesn't fucking flinch.
Yeah,
no
you
fucking
don't.
way.
All right. So you don't struggle, you don't flinch, you just kind of lay there and take it.
Yep.
So
That expression roll, I think definitely.
yeah, you ace it. He finally lets go, turns his head, literally steps over you on his way, and gives Dide a very similar treatment, albeit she does not have the pull you do. So she gets
Can
roughed
I
around a bit more.
can I help Dide in any way, like through the pack link, like use it kind of to help her calmer there by making my presence a bit more reassuring for her, so she does seem calmer, considering what happened to Dide and all that. So, because I imagine Dide is a lot more scared than I am.
She definitely does not have your social grace, and there's tension. She's not as worried about it. This is a guru, so she's not quite flagging up. You're not feeling those notes of
Hmm.
panic, but she is just like, "Oh my god, oh, don't bite me. Oh god, he can fit my whole head in his mouth."
Just keep still. Don't lock eyes with him. Just don't move. Don't even flinch. Don't move.
And yeah, she gets rough handled a bit more. She gets nosed around. She gets kind of not bitten. It's enough to pinch the skin and to hurt, but he's not drawing blood. That's not the point. So let us see how did I do. I'll give her a pool about like so. Hmm, not about like so. Ugh. She barely holds it together. There's a time or two, like especially the first time he snaps her, she gives
Hmm.
a yipe and a squirm, and he is like immediately on top of her, pinning her down, throating.
Yep. That's just doing her best to keep Dide calm, but I mean, she's not gonna blame her. That thing is fucking terrifying.
Yep. Whether or not you can see it from the point you are settled at, you can definitely hear the kind of, again, it's not notes of like sheer panic. It's just like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Like if you can see her, that the lupus barrel chest is rising and falling rapidly.
Stay still today.
Give me leadership,
Don't move.
bro.
Okay.
Do it.
Cure breed's kicking in here, but
It is.
leadership 2. Yeah, so it's 10 again. I think that's a decent amount of successes, even with the reduction from noble heritage. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, very well. You do help keep the Dide from making further mistakes because, yeah, you kind of feel that almost instinctive urge to thrash at one point, especially once he's pinned her down. And you manage to coax her out of it and get her thinking again. Finally, let's go. Stays stood over her. Very similar to how the other did with you. He's got like one leg plopped on the far side of her, so body wise, he's right over top of her. And the voice is heavier. It's thicker. I mean, wolf speak or not, it's definitely
Deep.
snarling. He
Yeah,
doesn't he
deep.
doesn't put the teeth away. Not ever completely. Because whatever
Yep.
else you might be, this is still his territory. It's his.
Yep. 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 Definitely. Yep.
So he turns the big head to where you're within sight of one large eye, standing over Dide. Where?
Which way? Sorry, my asteroid number, my brain to space. We came. Which direction did we come from again?
From the north.
North. Spreading like wildfire.
There's a snort issued. And he kind of takes a second and gets his bearings. The head picks up. He glances this way, glances that way. North.
North.
Worm will not come here.
Worm is coming. Shadow Lords hide.
Worm will die.
Nod. Like, well, she just nods. She just fucking flops there. Like, yes, yep, you kill it. You kill it. You kill all you want. You know, type of nod.
Finally steps most of the way over Dide. Comes to the point where he's kind of hovering over you. Worm does not come in my territory. Worm does not live in my territory.
Yes, Raya.
It contents him somewhat. The lips drop. Oh, that little amount. It's just enough. And Shadow Lord hide.
Shadow Lord hide. Silverfang weak. Do not have strength to push back. They are not being wolves, Raya.
Then we take.
Only Fenrir stands fighting. And we came from the sea.
He mulls over this information. You'll see, it's one of those things where you can kind of tell when the communal mind is being consulted because ears start twitching offside in the group. They have sat perfectly placid.
What Astra's going to do as well, can I convey the Fenrir pride because she's not letting him think that her tribe is weak, if you get what I'm saying?
Yes. You can make
Maybe?
probably expression.
Hey, can I spend a point of willpower key?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good fucking thing I did. Jesus, that roll would have been decent, but I got killed by the ones. I think I just get the one success, two successes. I think. Wait, no, I get the one success from the willpower because there's 3 1s, 3 successes. Actually, wait, no, 1, 2, 3. Actually, 2 successes. My charisma specialty is authoritative. Won't come into play in this.
No.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 successes with the willpower spend.
Just kind of adding some oomph to only Fenrir stands.
Yeah, just that.
That's noted. Would you like to make a perception empathy?
Sure. God, botch. Worst time to botch ever.
Wow, I need to think for a second.
I mean, look at my nature, Katie.
You know what? He totally thinks you're lying about Fenrir standing.
I spend a willpower not to frenzy.
You don't have to spend.
I don't. But he sees that rage just she doesn't get up. But oh boy, did she get mad.
You bristle for a second. You thankfully keep it down. At about time you've got proper focus again on the eyes, there's teeth hovering right over your muzzle. It's that smile right there in the picture.
Fenrir stands alone. No one else comes to help. Not Hamid nor Lupus. Only warriors of Dreadwolf fight. And we pushed back from the sea.
And finally agitated by the display, and he snaps it over your face. You get a little bit of the agitated drool kind of drip drops into your neck fluff.
I ain't fucking flinching on that. Nope. No flinching. No flinching in fanaticism, Katie. No.
What is sea?
Water. Large water.
He finally steps back off of you, moves on as though you're suddenly inconsequential in a way. Diverts his
I mean,
attention.
she's 5
But you
rage. She's like, her
vibrate.
chest is boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
It is Dide's turn to be like, please, for the love of God.
I will
Breathe.
not have him think we are weak. You just hear the cold voice. I will not have him think we are weak.
Not gonna make him think much if you're dead.
Then I have died, knowing my tribe will not be tolerated to be weak.
And as he ambles a step or two towards the pack, again, it's completely silent, but of a sudden, about three of them prick their ears, and all at once they turn in a direction and they start pattering along the mountain, heading down the face that you came up.
Lupus kin with us, she will say.
Why?
Keeping them safe from the dead and the worm.
You.
Me.
You are two leg.
I challenged for Alpha and I won of Lupus pack. I am Fenrir.
And abruptly another two peel off, following after the first three. No, we protect.
One Shadow Lord. Cousin of older Shadow Lord. One of them is not mine. Come to help us guide. The Omega.
There's a debate. You can tell. Even his ear kind of gives an almost annoyed twitch, like a fly landed on it or something, trying to dismiss it.
If he does not come back with me, then Shadow Lord will not fight the worm.
He finally spins his head around towards you again. The lips draw. Shadow Lord, hide.
And we brought them out.
You say hide.
They hide because they did not think you will come. You take their kin, they will not come. Shadow Lord is Lupus. He is waiting to see true Lupus come.
Again, there's an agitated ear flick. Go ahead and roll me some of that, some more of that charisma expression.
Sure.
Or better yet, hold on, let me eyeball you for a second.
Oh, whoops.
Good, you're good. I told you to roll the thing. I'm gonna do something really crazy, and I'm gonna have you roll charisma leadership.
Oh boy.
Do it, buddy.
Oh, the ones. Why? That's one success. But I got a crap ton on the expression, though. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 on the leadership.
All right. Sorry, I was making sure Bob heard that the food was here. There you go. He weighs. Well, he turns and regards you over his shoulder, kind of casually, as though you're not worth looking at on, directly. Guide where?
To you. I left him on the bottom of the mountain so he would not see your territory or your sept. Shadow Lord or Trixie.
So yeah, you say all this. He looms a bit further forward, turning about, and then
I bring him back to his Guru. And I go to kill the worm.
Ismail.
Yeah, he's male, yeah. From what I remember. Yeah, she'll just male.
You take. You go tell.
Nod. Nods.
If tears the earth has to protect Shadow Lord territory, it becomes tears the earth territory.
I will.
And with that, he whips around and very abruptly kind of snarl snaps.
Yep, I'm up and going. Woo! Woo! So gone. So gone.
Dude did it, is tearing ass. Her tail is up under her butt. Nope, nope, nope.
Yep, I'm long gone. Spending rage down that mountain.
The two of you, as any wise guru would, proceed to start hauling ass back down this mountain. Like there's little rock spirits getting toppled out the way. You are in the Umbra after all. But yeah, the two of you start tearing ass. I'm curious, at what point will you actually pause to try to cross?
Astra would be like, pull us across, pull us across, pull us across, pull us. Do you know what I mean? As we're running.
She is hauling ass. She's like, oh, fuck. Got it. And she finally skids and glances down into like one of the big metal bangles she's got. She has all her shit dedicated after all. It's actually one of the things that prompted a bout of the bullying was the weird medals and things that she wore. So she skids to a halt, shoots her nose down, eyeballs it, and I'm going to assume pulls you across quickly, but let's see how quickly because I feel like the tension is just delicious. Oh yeah, snap. Immediately. You feel this odd like yank. There's an urgency there. And yeah, all of a sudden the air pressure changes. And you are back in the Tellurian.
Yeah, she runs further down the mountain to see where the fuck that fucking stupid Omega is. Do you know what I mean?
All right. So you head down. And as you mill down, we'll be pull him back up here. Lost him for a second. Where'd you go, buddy? What you will see is this shaggy ass in the process of essentially, I mean, it's only so much muck fighting. And he doesn't take Hispo for it either. He's in lupus. This poor little guy is flailing around under him, little feet akimbo, and being very thoroughly throated. Not overly injured. He's probably taken a snap or two.
I mean, Didio feel Astra feels ways, man. That's her boys. She's actually growing attached to this little lupus pack.
Yeah, you'll basically just see those Talons that have bolted off have obviously bolted ahead of you and are kind of starting the process of taking charge. You've got him on top of your little buddy, your little alpha male. And several of the others are kind of winding around the rest. It's kind of a herding motion, really. They're trotting around them, reaching in periodically to snip, snap, keep them kind of, well, essentially herded into a group. And give me an alertness check.
Oh, Jesus, now I fail.
You still in lupus?
Oh, I am, yes. Fuck. Yeah, it's 2. Forgot about that.
So you catch it. And basically you've got several herding. You've got the one guy obviously taking a point of dominance. And off to one side, this little asshole is getting chased. Not, again, you can tell. You've seen fighting and you've seen play fighting and you've seen posturing. He's not getting attacked per se. He might have one, like, snag on him from where he got nipped pretty good. But he is hauling ass, tail curled under, and just one of the Talons is essentially harrying him away from the rest.
Didio feel the rage starting to build up in Astra. She's what, like, you know what I mean? She'll feel it. We should do something.
Like what?
I am not weak.
No. You're not. But there are 2 of us. And even just down there, there are 5 of them. They left us the one. She kind of glances off. You know, her muzzle kind of sways in that direction. As once he's chased to a certain distance, the other one makes a couple snarly, snapping, like displays and turns to trot back to the group.
Twitches a bit. Let's just go.
We can win him back. Just
Can we?
not in this instance, not now. She's glancing over. She's assessing.
We can't. She starts to pad down. Because the wormfold would tell us that this is not our fight.
Kin
But
or
they'll
kin.
twitch. Yes. Now. Gestures. I lost them all.
Hmm. I have a thought, but we'll have to wait.
Wait for what?
She starts kind of picking her way down, still using the pack link. We're gonna round them up, probably take them up onto the territory, but how hard do you think they're gonna watch them after a certain point? They may not be able to run in. I bet at least one of those kind of glances side.
But
At
they will
least
not come and,
one would
but they will
move to
not come.
you.
But they will not come and help us fight the worm if we take their kin.
I don't know that they're helping so much as defending what's theirs. You heard them. If they march out, they're claiming everything they have to stand on.
Growls. Dishonorable. We're taking our kin back. My kin.
Let's go round up that one first.
Oh yeah, if that red talon's still harassing him, I'll go up to his boat and I'll snarl at it. A big, deep fucking snarl.
Well, thankfully, no. He's been chased off. Properly. He starts moving back in that direction. Tail low. It's he's an omega, so he starts creeping back that way, getting low, tail tucked, a lot of nervous muzzle licking, and is snapped at again, so takes off, but doesn't move too far away because he doesn't know how to even right now. So by the time the two of you get to the base of the mountain, or at least the area where the whole situation is going on, he's just kind of huddled offside. And ironically, upon seeing the two of you emerge, gives kind of a puppyish yip and kind of squirm crawls over to you.
I mean, she'll eyeball that fucking talon if it comes near her or it. Oh, she'll the teeth come out.
No, you guys can pitch threat displays back and forth. They don't, as long as you're not advancing, they don't take over much interest.
Oh no, like I'd sit there, but if that thing gets a bit brave, I'll fucking snarl at it and go mine.
No, for the most part, these guys go about the process. Once whatever re-squabbling and resituating, very similar to when you took control of the pack. Some of the
Oh,
members kind of do little bits of squabbles, little bits of, but I'm in charge. No, I'm in charge. Okay, fine.
Astro going to do this head. I have a terrible idea.
You know?
Challenge.
Think you can win?
I'm Fenrir. I'm
You
going
can
to win.
feel the smile.
And she pads up to that fucking thing. Him, not the alpha now. The alpha's long gone, and she'll go, "These mine challenge now."
This one considers this for a moment, though admittedly you march up making, the appropriate gestures and postures to accompany what you're conveying.
Mm-hmm.
He almost immediately puts on a similar aggressive posture. He mantles up, the hackles go up, the tail goes fairly far up, not as high as the alphas did, but pretty damn close.
I'm assuming he's not taking Hispo, right?
No, he stayed in Lupus.
Yeah, I'll stay in Lupus. Do this the proper way. Keeping it fair.
All right, would you like to roll initiative?
Yeah, I would.
Okay,
God,
buddy. Why don't you roll some initiative there, friendo?
I'm so
Buddy pal.
fucked. I'm so fucked. So fucked. Oh, I'm so fucked.
Don't forget your bonuses for Lupus.
Oh,
So put an extra one on there, or two on there if you didn't already.
I did. Because
Okay.
my dex
Oh,
is 3.
Jesus.
My
Nice.
dex is 3, so set and +2 from wits is 7, so be 5. Yeah, 5. My dex is so.
All right, so we'll put him about like so. Jesus. You get initiative on him.
Blow to rage. I go full speed. So 5 plus 3 is 8 dice.
Whew.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
E is not a dumb boy. There'll be some beautiful irony here in a second, but I'm gonna roll him a dodge.
How much is bite in lupus? Is it +1 or is it +2? Just so I know the base damage. Even if he dodges, I just want to know.
I think it's +1.
Okay, so my strength is already 4, so I'll just wait to see how much he knocks off my successes. So
All
my
right, let
base
me
damage ready.
try to brain real fast. Let's go. Oh wait, athletics. What? Legit. So he knocks off 3.
Okay. Right.
He also blows 2
One,
rage.
two, 1, 2, 3, 4 ag.
Oh boy. Now here's the beauty of it. He's in breed form.
I bite the fuck out of him.
Mm-hmm. You bite him good. Hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what? Give me 1 second as I consult the chart. That is not how I consult the chart. That is fucking up, is what that is. Load chart. Those are the ones I want.
Get the red talon gifts, are you?
That's another thing I need to fucking look at. Jesus Christ. I wasn't ready. I faked it, but I wasn't ready.
I mean, we said nothing about gifts, so he's gonna start blowing shit. I'm about to hit him with something too.
That doesn't make much sense. That is fucking interesting. Give me 1 quick second to eyeball 1 or 2 more things real fast. is that? None of these are helpful. Hilariously. Alright, you can
As soon as my first rage action, I think.
he hasn't acted yet. Roll me a primal urge if you like.
Oh boy. I thought he dodged. I thought, oh, did he use one of his rage actions to dodge me?
I mean, yeah, fuck it, because that's usually how we do it anyways. It's just knock it off the end.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I was like, oh, I thought he dodged.
Get any successes?
2.
You did. Yeah, he does something, and you know what? Give me a. Let me look at your. Oh God, what is my life? Close something I didn't want to.
What am I doing?
You can give me give me a perception check, just or perception alertness check.
4. No, 2, 3. I'm an opus 4.
Yeah. I mean, you're not seeing any other outward signs. You feel the tingle, and as he whips around, baring teeth again and taking full defensive action for the moment. You can see he's still like you knocked him a good one in the shoulder. Like you leapt in and you sunk your teeth in and you tore him up bad. He should be limping. He's not.
Growls. Spends willpower for resist pain. Like, all right, bitch, 2 can play that fucking game. I'm going for another bite. My rage.
Okay.
First rage round.
Let me look and see if I actually wrote down the thing for full defensive actions.
I only got 1.
You will I don't know if that's even technically a thing. I feel as though it's not. All right, what he is going to do. Where the fuck did the roll go? What is my life? There it is. So he is going to roll. This time. And successfully doge.
That's fine. I have 1 extra rage action, bitch. You spent your rage, buddy. I come again. Oh, I missed. I got 1. Ha ha! I got 1. Oh, 1 went through.
All right.
Damage. 1 damage. Damn you, Discord. Jesus.
I mean, to be fair, this is about the closest you can come to killing him without actually killing him.
Mm-hmm. 1
So,
went
yeah.
through.
Hmm?
1 goes through.
Yeah, one goes through. On top of the what? Was it 4 or
4.
5 you did before? 4?
I did 4. He's on 5 now.
So what he's going to do, especially as you tag him again, is continue obviously snarling, but the posture shifts and he starts backing.
Okay. I will drop another rage. Actually, you know what? No, I'm full ham. I'll drop another 2 rage. But I'm going to, on this turn, I'm going to activate Visions of Fenris on him.
Do it.
What is, yeah, it's Charisma Intimidation, right?
Visage of Fenris
I
is.
believe it is. I remember.
It is Charisma Intimidation. Only 1 success is necessary for a grow of equal rank.
What's my Yeah, I've got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
That is enough, even with the rank gap. All right. Yeah, you blow Visage of Fenris. Again, the posture is changes all the more as he goes from a very aggressive, very tall posture, holding himself high, holding his tail high. He's sunk a good bit. He's kind of half crouched. He actually has to turn his muzzle up at you as opposed to down or straight,
Do you just
and is still edging.
can you say a word when you're visiting French, or is it just a
I
snarl?
mean, I'll let you do it for fucking roleplay sake.
She'll say it's submit. And that's what the Vegetarian snarl pops.
Ironically, you will also be hearing there are four more Talons there, and they're kind of, at least one of them gives kind of a strangled bark almost. There's a yip or two. You get the feeling it's meant to be something, encouragement maybe. But yeah, with that fucking roll, oh, I'll give it to you. He finally, I mean, essentially he's been like doing the gradual sink into a defensive as opposed to aggressive posture. But you lunge forward and snarl out the word. And finally, still bleeding pretty fucking heavily, he keels over.
Who?
Like he's still got
Then,
teeth, but he's going belly up.
oh yeah, the lupus snarls. I win. Mine. Looks at the lupus. Say it.
And he's still, I mean, it's sometimes wolves are just weird. He's still got a full like quote threat display going. The lips are drawn, but
Oh yeah, they all do that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Even while you're standing like right over him, he still does it. You know, even guys like the one leg half up. But he snaps back. Yours.
She'll turn to the other red talons. I win fair challenge.
There are more yaps of protest. Ironically, where are you moving?
I put my paw in his throat. Just, to signify that I've won this fairly and squarely. And I move like defensively over the kin. You know what I mean? Like these are mine now.
Yeah, you declare they're yours. You start moving in one or two yip and make kind of not aggressive passives, but those really obnoxious kind of flybys. Like I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. And ironically, it's this big fluffy asshole who gets off the ground and finally snaps at one of them. Actually, probably catches one of them like by the ear or the snags a leg, and they kind of topple. And he gets over them because he knows the rules.
Yep. She like lets out the panted breath. Kind of gestures the fucking her alpha male to get over towards the Diddy's are with the flick of the head.
Alpha male, as you wade into the group, is the first one to lunge over and begin licking your face.
We go.
Yes, yes, go. Do not like. Go. It starts.
Yeah.
Try. Snaps at a couple of the others. They start moving.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm assuming all the pack. What did he say in the back of my head?
Diddy has the weirdest. I mean, it's not even words. I mean, you get that kind of, especially right there at the end when you did the lunge, told him to submit. It was just that like that beautiful feral, like you could almost feel the bared teeth that she's like, yes. She was kind of like riding piggyback on the surge. And now at this point, she is so smug. She is so smug it hurts. She's so smug it feels like she's the one that did it almost. Like she is reveling in the success. as if it was her own. She is that into it.
Yeah, and she starts to pad back, keeping an eye on if anyone wants to fucking try it. You know what I mean? Type of pad back, you know what I mean? Like, I don't trust none of y'all motherfuckers. But we'll pad protectively over Dide, the alpha male, and we'll just pad off really quickly, making good ground before they finally stop.
Yep. You manage to scuffle pretty quick like out of that I mean that was right on the edge of the territory there. So you guys quickly make away from the edge of their territory. The alpha male is kind of gallopy, frolicking like yes. Dide is periodically nosing the bum of the Omega like keep up motherfucker.
And eventually, I'm assuming they stop somewhere.
Yeah.
Um, Probably somewhere close to water, actually, for them, for the outlaws.
For the doggos. Yeah, there's
She
some
will.
nosing around before you guys will eventually hear running water because the one upside the mountains is if there's water coming, it is probably like snow melt things coming down off of the higher portions of the mountain. So you'll hear the trickling. It's not an abundant stream or wide river, but I mean it's something they can drink.
Yeah, and once that happens, Astra will take the time to go back up to Hamid and sit down because she always does like being in Hamid. Plop down, lets the wolves drink and do their shit, but she just kind of rubs her face, kind of still in shock that she fucking won that. You know what I mean? Because that was a red fucking Talon. You know what I mean? She's a little baby Cleus.
He is. He was a rank bigger than you too, but he was a
Monster.
Philodox.
Oh, you know the rules. Oh shit.
He knew the rules. That's
um,
why he started fucking legging his own people. But yeah, you settle down and you kind of do your butt sit and then shift to Hamid. And as usual, little guy was like
no,
over there like, hey, you're my favorite. Let me groom you. And then you shift and he's just like, oh, do not like.
go with you point. Go with the others to water. Drink.
If a wolf could make a kind of exaggerated frowny face, you feel like he'd be doing it right now. But he obediently turns and trots off.
She just rubs her face. Probably still has your man's blood all over his fucking face.
Oh yeah. Dide finally comes over, but sits next to you, does much the same, just kind of reverts to breed.
I won.
I hadn't even thought about the advantage you had.
Huh? She look over, kind of
She
dazed.
reaches over, swipes some of the blood like from down her chin, and smears it like up the bridge of her nose and up the forehead. Your teeth. Even if he'd scored on you, it'd be like me biting or clawing you. It wouldn't have been the same. You still would have been able to heal it.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, me neither. Kind of grins. It's giddy almost.
I just wanted to make sure he knew who the fuck I was.
Yeah. Well, they might be a little pissed, but
Fair
even
challenge.
if they are, yeah. Worst they can do is try and track us down and challenge back, and at this point, it's almost like they have bigger problems. Who'd have thunk?
Imagine that Alpha's gonna be pissed.
Shrugs. Perhaps.
What about you? Are you happy?
Fuck yeah, I'm happy.
She kind of
She
just still.
actually goes like rooting through her shit, finally thinks about it for a second, tears off a bit of the hem of her sleeve, and starts carefully, almost maternally, but very, very detail oriented, just very carefully starts wiping the blood up from your throat, under your chin, and around your mouth. And very carefully folds that up. Now that That's what I call a proper offering. As she pinches it between two fingers, holding it in front of her.
Do you think Aaron would have done that?
No, I don't think Arn would have hesitated. He probably would have just bowled into all of them.
And got himself killed.
It's kind of a toss-up. Glances back the way they came. To be fair, Arn probably would have done it with all of us. 5-on-4 ain't nearly as bad as 5-on-2. Especially when we can take the hits and they can't. Grinning again. There's a little bit of tooth in that smile.
Yeah. Just didn't think I'd win. At first. She'll smirk.
But she did.
No, I did. It was when it bit him I knew I was going to win.
Yeah, when it all sank in, I think even he knew.
Oh?
Didn't even try to snap back, did he? Glances over.
No, he did something.
Yeah, I think he shook off the pain. Like, she kind of snaps her fingers a few times. Like, God, we've got fucking Philodoxes. That fucking trick they do.
We can do it too. Smirking, like booping her nose.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I don't know if that's something all of them can do.
Well, he learned his lesson, didn't he?
He fucking did.
You know, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the first time that I've really felt like, alive with things.
And of all the weird gestures, Dide kind of reaches over and gives her a pat right across, like right on top of the stomach. Says, you got a fire in your gut.
Yeah. I mean, there was that in protecting you, obviously. That day.
It's another softer smile. Yeah. You can move mountains when you've got a fire in your belly.
Smirking.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Now it's just a furious grin. Like, putting her head against it, decided to his head.
Yeah, she dunks her head into. Just leans shoulder to shoulder. Think we should try to find cover, where you figure if they're going to chase us, they're going to chase us regardless of where we go.
If they want to chase us, I'll meet them. I'm not afraid of them.
Oh, look, your boyfriend's sulking. She points over. This little guy he has gotten water, and he's standing just a bit closer, like a couple steps closer to the two of you than any of the others. Though they're still kind of grouped up over there. And he's got like the tense wag going, and just looks the most comically perturbed that a wolf can look. It's like, I want to like it, but I don't like it, but I want to like it, but I don't like it. Like, this is clearly the process.
Sadly, he's not the perfect specimen, she'll say, smirking. Otherwise, I'd be set for life.
Oh, well, don't tell him. Break his little heart.
I won't. I'm not that cruel. I'll just keep shifting up the helmet to freak him out. Smirking over her shoulder at Dide.
She's kind of grinning back. It does seem to throw him off the scent pretty quick, like.
Wonder if I'll get a deed name.
I feel like we should get a deed name just for surviving that. Christ. Glances back.
Not to mention whooping a fucking Philodox, whatever the fuck he was.
I mean, you backed down a Talon.
I did.
He used his own form.
I did. Although I would have got more satisfaction smacking him with my axe and Hammond, but just smirks.
Hmm. Bet you woulda. Oh, there's something to be said for besting a Talon in Lupus. Even if we're kind of cheating.
I'm a Fenrir. He was going to know.
Oh, they know now.
They do. They'll never forget.
No. There's kind of a stray glance back over her shoulder again, like, if you could just stay up there, guys, that'd be pretty sweet.
What do you think about all this? You've been pretty quiet about everything.
She heaves kind of a nondescript little shrug. Kind of leans over then, as if confiding a grave secret. The hell of a change from guard duty, I'll give you that. Finally, kind of more softly, just a smile.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty shit, the whole undead thing, but she looks around. Something very freeing.
Never thought I'd go so far across the land, I'll tell you that.
I still prefer the sea,
Yeah, ditto.
but it's nice.
Yeah, fuck it is. God, we're gonna have to go around these mountains to get there now.
We can manage.
Ooh.
The
Oh,
wolves
yeah.
know where they're going.
Yeah? Let's just hope we don't skirt too close to territory again. Feel like we're gonna
We have
be
to
riding the edge.
Gonna have to find the Furies anyway.
Oh, they're not the ones I'm worried about.
Oh, I know. But we should be fine.
Today finally sits up a bit. Gives you one of those, solid enough to be notable, but not solid enough to really properly hurt, like shoulder punches.
She's like,
Just kind of a
ow.
dunk.
Looks over, ow.
That's pretty fucking amazing.
You.
Ooh, you skipped.
She says, thank you.
Let's never do it again. Kind of grinning.
Tell me something to tell the grandchildren.
Oh, and the great grandchildren and the great great grandchildren. Whew. About that time, Auntie Astra bit halfway through a red talon. Grinning.
Yeah. Pretty much. Smirking.
Not a bad story. Not what
Definitely
a lot
not.
of people can compete with either. When I think about it, kind of rubs her chin.
Puts the arm around fucking the ditties. Nope.
How many people back home do you think have even seen a talon?
I imagine some of the older ones.
Jesus. Or I suppose it would be something else, but you get the idea.
Oh, I know.
Whew.
We're gonna have to find Aaron eventually. She grins to herself.
Oh, I'm doing my best to keep tabs. There's some distance going.
Don't worry, the big idiot will be fine.
No, I'm more worried about any rock that dares to stand in his way.
Well, that is. I'm not even gonna comment on that.
One headbutt and they'll be reduced to rubble. A
Yep,
merciless killing.
pretty much.
Knowing our luck, she kind of rubs rubs a hand back over the hair, which I imagine is loose at this point. They haven't had a lot of time to sit and bathe and braid the hair. So she just kind of rubs a hand back through it. Hmm. Might even work better that we split off. You could follow that fucking Silver Fang.
Oh boy.
Who knows what Kara's even been up to.
She doesn't comment on that. She's like, my. I have no opinion on that.
Oh, good.
I mean,
And
I'll tell you my opinion, but you'll get angry at me.
probably.
And I'm just not in the mood to deal with you angry today.
Oh, good. I'm not in the mood to be angry. She
Well,
actually,
good.
you've hooked the arm around her, so she lays the head on the shoulder.
Just looks down at her. I'm happy you're here.
I'll imagine accomplishing all that and having no one to see it. Grins.
Don't think I would have been able to do it properly if you weren't here.
Gets a pat on the leg. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Smirking.
Maybe. You doubt me. She pulls herself up a little bit. Picks her head up finally and just puts the one hand to her chest in mock offense. Doubting your own Theurge. Unspeakable.
Just nervous about things, that's all sometimes.
Oh, jeebus.
Like I said, just nervous. Don't mind me. Just pats her ditties in the head.
Think about it all too much. Then one of us will start seeing sense, and who knows what'll happen.
I know. I'm not. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll keep my usual crazy selves going.
Oh, good. If we stop to think about it, there'd be doubts, and can't have that.
Nope. What to do? She just peck fucking ditties on the side of the cheek. Very not in any way romantic. Just that kind of share, and then just nods.
Gets another just, fond little smile, and yeah, today just sticks her head back down on her shoulder because you know what? That was more than enough walking for one day. She's not sure how Astra came out of that fight unscathed, but she is now officially the leading post.
Yeah, and she just flops back and down on the ground, I imagine, and lets them probably sleeps eventually.
Yep. And it does much the same. She actually ends up finally pulling out their fucking supplies and at least pulling them out, a hide or something to curl up under because freaking cold. Thankfully, the two of you curl up, and even in Hamid, the pack finally, most of them tentative, it'll be it will naturally be this one who is the first to come over, and like he does the creep over, like ooh, ooh, ooh. But finally, pretending to ignore you both, will curl up with his back against Astra's, and the others kind of follow suit and start piling around. So you do
No.
get the advantage of the shared body heat. Your pack at this point, they think you look real funny right now, and they're not sure they like it. But with this guy in the lead, it works out. So would you like to end it there, good sir?
Yes.
Good.